Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Let's make a zigzag shirt today. I've prepped the shirt like normal and I have it turned inside out. The first thing that I need to do is I need to make some really large horizontal fan folds. I found that one of the easiest ways to do this, where all of the fan folds are close to the same size, is to start by folding the hem of the shirt up to the neck of the shirt, essentially folding the shirt in half horizontally. Now I'm going to take the hem of the shirt and fold it back to this first initial fold. Then pinching on the fold that I just made, I'm going to pick the shirt up off of the table, and when I lift it up and lay it back down, it's going to fold the top portion of the shirt down. So now I have some really large fan folds in the shirt. From here, I'm going to draw on my line for my zigzag pattern. I'm going to use a straight edge and a washable marker, and I'm going to draw a diagonal line on the shirt. I'm not taking the line into the sleeves of the shirt. If you'll notice, I drew my line from one seam to the other seam on the shirt. I'm going to fan fold this line, and I'm going to hold all of the folds in place with some kite string. Using a straight edge and a washable marker, I'm going to make some lines on my shirt where I would like to apply the dye. I drew lines on both sides of the shirt, but I didn't end up using the lines on the back side of the shirt. In one of the center sections, I'm going to use Crimson Rose from Die Spin. I'm using the two red colors right in the middle of the shirt. That's going to place a red zigzag in the middle of the shirt. The next red color that I'm using is Very Cherry from Die Spin. I'm going to place a different color of dye on the back side of the shirt, so I don't want to oversaturate these areas yet. I only want the dye to go about halfway through the shirt. I'm going to place 3 purple colors on the outside of the reds. I'm starting with True Purple from Grateful Dyes, followed by Vintage Purple from Die Spin, and True Violet from Grateful Dyes. Then I'm going to reverse the colors on the other side. I'm going to start with True Violet from Grateful Dyes, followed by Vintage Purple from Die Spin, and ending in True Purple from Grateful Dyes. So when I turned the shirt over to see how well the colors were coming through on the back side, right in the very middle portion of the shirt where I put the reds, there's still quite a bit of white. The color's not even starting to peek through. So I went ahead and added just a little bit more dye. That's the thickest part of the fold, so I want to make sure I get plenty of dye in that area. I definitely want a solid zigzag. Okay, so I ended up adding quite a bit more dye, so the red is definitely coming through to the back side. All on the back side of the shirt, I'm going to add Imperial Purple from Dharma. And I don't want to oversaturate with this Imperial Purple either. When you use a dark color on the back of a design, if you add way too much of the darker dye, it goes through to the front side and just kind of overtakes the rest of the colors. And I don't want that to happen. So I am covering all of the white spaces and all over the back of the shirt, but then to process the shirt, I'm going to turn the shirt back over and allow the lighter colors to be on top. That way I can let gravity work with me. I put the shirt aside and I allowed it to process for about 24 hours. Then I took the shirt to my utility sink and I began rinsing it in cold water to rinse out the soda ash. After rinsing in cold for a while, I untied the shirt and then gradually warmed the water up to hot and continued rinsing to rinse out any of the excess dye that didn't bond with the fabric. When the water was running almost clear, I put the shirt along with some Dharma's textile detergent into my washing machine and washed it using a hot water cycle. And after the shirt was washed and dried, here's how it looks. Okay, so what do you guys think? I think this one turned out looking pretty cool. I really like the red and purple color combination together, and I'm really glad that I put the zigzag part, or right down the middle of the shirt, be in the red area. That makes that part of the design really stand out. I also like the area of the shirt where I have the lighter purple up next to the red. That's the True Violet from Grateful Dyes. And I wish I would have put that on the other side as well. Instead of reversing the colors, I think it would have looked better to have had True Violet right up next to the red on both sides. The lighter purple just accents the red really well in that area. I like the dark Imperial Purple lines on the shirt too. I think that gives almost a zipper effect to the shirt. So I really like the shirt, and if you guys have enjoyed watching the video, I sure would appreciate it if you would like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.